Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here once again to do another One Piece chapter review, chapter 1046, Raizo. Let's see, I meant to do this like a few days ago, but I got distracted, or I just ran out of time to do so, but I'm doing it now while I have the chance, and because I don't have work tomorrow and all that stuff, so yeah. On with the review. Let's see, but before we begin, we'll go to Gemma 66 R's An Emotionless Excursion, Volume 9, Two Intruders in Pudding's home, Chocolate Town, as we see, I believe, the mayor of the town and citizens standing there while citizens are running away, with him wondering who those two are. Let's see, my guesses are they are Ichini, and Renji. Sanji's elder brother and elder sister, if you will. But yeah, probably come back here to come rescue their siblings and all that stuff, which is my best guess, though granted Oda might surprise us. But yeah, nothing much to report there. Anyway, on to the actual chapter. Let's see. As Luffy is under, let's see, we follow up from the last chapter as Luffy's asking what he should call that last Gum Gum. Though Kaido has one question for Luffy, asking who is he, as he's just having his hand cover his face after that punch and all that stuff. And it seems like Luffy is hearing, I believe, Shinichi as he talks about how long it's been since he heard the rhythm of Joe Boy. It's though he's right, as the elephant's talking, it's though it's right here, his heart is dancing. He cannot help but feel that fate is at work, but put his hopes in Luffy and all that stuff. As Luffy ends up just saying who he is, he's Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will surpass him and become the king of the pirates. Smiling as ever, Kaido and Mew sort of relieved that Luffy's got his sassy attitude still, even after awakening his body, and that his awakening has now suddenly, let's see, catched up to him and all that stuff. With Kaido commenting how he's lost up quite a lot we've built over the years, including his followers' castle and even some of his powers, and says it's probably the same for Luffy, but yeah. Luffy comments that he's still got some things he's got to take back from Kaido, as they two continue their fight, as Kaido uses a move called Kandao Dragon Swarm, a barrage of his club attacking, hitting Luffy in the face and quite off a few other places in the body as well. And Luffy countering back with a Gum Gum attack, punching through Kaido in the stomach. With Kaido commenting that that everything's burning from the performance floor below and on the castle and that stuff, as there's going to be 1,000 men to die and they're all burned to death. Now, Luffy is confident that he left everyone down there in charge to take care of it. All he has to do is beat Kaido. And I believe Kaido uses a move called Demolition's Gust, with Luffy with his ridiculous devil fruit thing, stretches his legs to dodge it. Anyway, we cut to the performance floor under the dome where everyone's trying to put out the flames. Chopper and all that stuff. They comment about the fire getting bigger, and the fact that they can't seem to find the other Straw Hats and all that stuff they've got missing. Nami concerned, of course. And they can't really search for them because Onigashima is at a burning point and they're all in danger. And unless the island lands on the ground, there's no escape and all that stuff. Let's see. As Chopper asks Zeus if he can give him fire, give it rain and all that stuff, but he says that the fire will give him burns and all that stuff. And we cut to castle basement where that gorilla fist dude, I forgot his name. Let's see, with those beast pirates turned straw hats are trapped and all that stuff. On the first floor, we see Beppo, two out of energy and all that stuff and burning from the heat and sweating, so his allies have to carry him and they complain and all that stuff. With the member of Law's crew asking him to help them and all that stuff. At the basement floor, we got Samurai thinking that Brock has been burnt to a crisp and says, he's a skeleton, he's not shard and all that stuff. As him and Robin can comment about how there's no way to escape. We catch to the pleasure hole in the left brown tower where Sanji's with all the Britzy geisha girls and all that stuff, trying to fire as they comment the entire garden's gone as they try to escape. Meanwhile, in the basement, Appo is complaining with like the last of the numbers, EB and all that stuff, complaining about telling him to keep punching unless they want to die in flames. Let's say comment what's good for his size if he's a moron. However, this seems to anger EBB, and it looks like the two are about to have a with Appo going like, "Do you want to fight?" and all that stuff. Meanwhile, on the other side of the basement, Usopp is using one of his special Green Star sprinkler attacks and all that stuff, flower attacks, called a Green Star sprinkler. Trying to put out the flames, but the flower gets burnt. With like a Hamlet commenting about how it's just a drop in the bucket and all that stuff. Usopp telling him to shut up as he makes a promise to Izo to save Kin and Kiku while they can, while also trying to save himself. Though Hamlet says, "Can you like put me in this list, boss?" and all that stuff. As we cut to Right Brain Tower, where Frankie is carrying Zoro, wondering how much fire is. Let's see, as he's wondering how he's supposed to get Zoro to chop and all that stuff. As him and another few of the allies are running, I think some of the turned devil fruits from that Triceratops dude's Sasaki, I believe's group. Anyway, we finally cut to fourth floor. As Jimbo says as the Riser says he's prepared Jimbo to he appreciates his faith in him. Though Jimbo comments that how Luffy chose the samurai for an alliance, so he would not doubt as they prepare their move. Let's see. As Riser's putting his trust in him, as he thinks back to that fateful day where he tried to rescue Lady Toki and others, and as he failed to protect Lord Oden and the family from the flaming castle. Despite his ninjutsu, he couldn't save anyone from there, so he's ashamed of himself, so he swore to never let it happen again. So when he was doing his time in Zaro, we see that Zenitsu, using the rain to bathe himself, decides to take some of it for himself. As he refused to allow anyone to perish from the mere flames, he decided to collect enough water from Zaro in order to flood the place just in case, to put out fires just in case. And he's using the ninja scroll jutsu, the elephant's bath, Nin, restoration, releasing all that water Zenitsu used to spray for himself at the bath. As Jinbei uses fisherman karate, water heart, ocean code, shoulder throw, to direct all the water in all the areas, where we see on the third floor where all those guardian minxes, old Stark and all that stuff, all losing hope, but how the water takes out the flames there. As Jinbei flashes out the entire council, as Riser hopes that it's been enough to save everyone. We cut to the first floor where Killer is laughing and all that stuff, telling his crewmates to let him down, but they're not going to let him die and all that stuff, and they at least got to do this for him and all that stuff. As the water comes in, they're all saved. Let's see, as more and more places are probably going to be put out of the fire. Anyway, we cut back to, Yamato Momonosuke as she tells, Momonosuke to, hurry up as Kaido's still alive. With Momonosuke say he can't hold it any longer. That's the flame clown to at last. And we see Chopper flying in the air. As Yamato tells Momonosuke he has to keep making flames to keep the Omega Shield afloat. As it's been the only solution, as he pulls on his dragon whiskers, if you will, shocking Momonosuke. As she comments that Omega-shima is going to fall, as we see Luffy in his Gear 5 grabbing onto a bolt of lightning, ready to attack Kaido, with them both smiling at each other, ending the chapter. Okay, first of all, let's see, I do like how Kaido starts questioning what Luffy is, particularly with like his ability with the devil fruit and all that stuff, and I like how Luffy's able to hear Zenitsu as he's talking about how nostalgic's been to hearing like the drums of Joe Boy's power. Going as excited like the return of Joe Boy, if you will, in a sense. So granted, let's see. Well, Joe Boy has, it's like as if though his old friend Joe Boy has returned, not Joe Boy necessarily himself, but let's see, he cannot help but feel like it's some sort of work of fate, and he has to put his hopes in Luffy, and all that stuff. So That's confirmation that, okay, Luffy is not, granted, the Devil Fruit, Gear 5's Awakening probably confirmed that it was not Luffy being the reincarnation of Joe Boy, though granted. Who knows, that could still happen in the future, but at the moment, that's not the case. Now, Luffy does the classic line, as he always does when answering Kaido, is that he's Monkey D. Luffy. He's going to beat him, and he's going to be the king of the pirates. I just love how cocky he is and all that stuff when he says it. And let's see, as he said 1,000 times before to whatever opponent he has. Kaido, just amused that Luffy has not given up, has lost his cockiness and all that stuff. Although, I do like how he compliments that Luffy's awakening is finally matched up to his power and all that stuff. It's interesting how he's commented how this battle he's lost quite a bit, but it feels like Luffy's probably done as well. But Luffy still has more to take from Kaido, and I do like how we get this double panel spread of them doing multiple barrage attacks, hitting each other, showing us how they're on like even footing. And I do like how, due to Luffy's ridiculous Devil Fruit abilities, we sort of get like the cartoony clubbing thing hitting Luffy in the face and all that stuff. Though granted, that could have happened with the robber regardless. But Luffy's routine massive punches punching through Kaido still and all that stuff. But yeah. Anyway, the next segment bits is mostly just the Straw Hat, an update of what the Straw Hats are doing with like Nami and Chopper reunited, and Chopper trying to get Zeus to put out the flames and all that stuff, and then Royd and all that stuff. Granted, we do also get a few other characters, such as the Gorilla Fest dude. Hold on, let me just actually get his name. Beast Pirates. Let's see. One Piece, the Wiki. Always good to have the Wiki. I believe it's no, not Gazman. Waiters. Oh yeah, headliner. He's a headliner. So Briscola. Yeah, it's Briscola. Beppo, of course, the classic joke of he cannot withstand the heat and all that stuff is still there, though some of his crewmates complaining. Though I'm also pleading with the captain to go. Funny joke with Brock Skull and all that stuff. And an update with Sanji and all that stuff, as he's now fully awake and all that stuff. But it seems like him and the girls, all the geisha girls, are trapped and the garden's burnt and all that stuff. Now, of interesting note is the fact that Appu and the last of the numbers, Ebi, are trying to escape and all that stuff. And he's trying to get the giant to punch through and all that stuff, but the flames are too hot for him and it's hurting him. Though Appu doesn't seem to care much about his well-being. And ends up just chowserizing it and makes him enough to angry. And it looks like the two are about to fight each other. So it seems we're going to get an off-screen battle of Appu versus a number lower. Who knows? Granted, I'm not sure if that's the smartest move for him and all that stuff. Though, but granted, I do know that Usopp is also on the basement. Let's see where Appu is. And he's trying to put out the flat irons himself, but it's not working. And he ends up making a funny joke. Headlands Express about how he's trying to keep Kimeon and Kikuku alive for his promise to Iso and himself. But Sam was like, what about me, boss? Well, granted, I am wondering if perhaps since both these two are in the basement, you're going to have maybe Usopp and Appu meet each other, which, to be fair, that could result into perhaps having a bit of a fight, maybe, though. Granted, I think Oda just wants to do the Kaido fight, though. Granted, I could be wrong, though. If Usopp does get a chance to fight Appu, I guess that's a chance for him to actually take someone down, though. He did, granted, he did assist Nami in taking down Ulti and all that stuff, but still. Who knows? I could see potential clash there, though that's just more of just speculating on my part, but I'm pretty certain Oda wants to pretty much get up conclude this fight, particularly possibly at 1050, because that seems like a fitting number to end the fight, but I could be wrong. But either way, that's probably going to be an off-screen fight. But anyway, I do like how the trust that you get with oh yeah, and also Franky is trying to carry Zoro to Chopper. I thought that was nice. Anyway, I do like how it seems Jinbei and Raizo are putting such trust in each other in order to give them each other the supply of water, and then Jinbei's fisherman abilities to, put out the flames and all that stuff. Though I do like the line of Jeremy says that you samurai and ninjas that Luffy allied with to, take down Kaido, so of course he's going to trust them. I do like how Raizo, ever since that day when, Oden's castle burnt, he's been preparing. He's wanted to get a second chance of preparing to make sure something like that never happens again. So during his time on Zoro, as we got a flashback to when he probably first visited, to gather enough of Zenitsu's rain to wash himself and all that stuff, and using sort of like a ninja style water scroll release move with all that water stored, and Jinbei using a fisherman move to put all the flames, and he ends up saving people like the Minx Guardians, Killer. So we see the flames being put out for them, and they're saved. But I think the main highlight is the fact that the main highlight for me is the end of this chapter, where you've got Yamato trying to convince Morosuke, even pulling on his dragon whiskers a bit, to create as much flame clouds as he can, because otherwise Omagashima's going to fall, and she probably knows why, because Luffy's just about to do what appears to be a finishing attack against Kaido. And it looks like Luffy, besides also having rubbery powers and maybe flame powers, now also has lightning powers, or at least he's able to grab onto lightning and using it like a spit lightning bolt that Zeus gets in various mythology, and about to attack Kaido with it and all that stuff. And I do like how it's showing, in many ways, for the first time, Luffy seems to be wielding a sort of weapon. Well, granted, he actually wielded a samurai sword earlier, but he's not. But he wasn't properly using it and all that stuff, just whacking with the punches still. But yeah, it seems like Luffy can now hold lightning. So who knows? Perhaps maybe he'll use lightning from now on as his weapon, or at least his handed weapon. But either way, Luffy's going in for the lightning attack, ending the chapter, and I quite like it. Now, granted, I guess it does fit into the ridiculousness of the power, and not to mention Luffy's rubbery properties allows him to be immune to lightning, so I suppose, with the ridiculous power of the Nika fruit, he's able to not only be immune to lightning, but able to hold it. But yeah, it's quite fun. It's quite fun, and it's like a good cliffhanger to this chapter. Overall, I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, not much really happened in this chapter except for Raizo finally getting his moment with Jinbei to save everyone and all that stuff, putting out the flames. An update with all what happens with all the Straw Hats. Luffy declaring he's going to be the Pirate King once again to Kaido, but mostly the real gritty highlight is the thunder attack at Luffy grabbing lightning ready to attack Kaido at the end. Overall, it's a good chapter, and let's see. And at some point, I hope to review chapter 1047, so I can then review 1048 when it comes out by the end of the weekend. Let's see. I thank anyone that's come and watched this at the time or watches in the future. Either way, I am Blue Star Saber, signing off. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.